Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please. Big up to everyone who's supporting the channel as always. I legit mean that. Love to everyone who continues to support Sarcasm City TV. But like I stated, this is the ManDem United podcast. So keep all your questions, all your comments, Manchester United related. Of course, if you super chat, I'll get straight to your question as well. But please make sure you hit the like button on the video. Let's bump up the likes expeditiously, people. Let's bump up the likes. Share this across all the socials as well at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. So make sure you retweet, like from the Twitter, share from the Instagram, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And as always with Manchester United, there's plenty to discuss. Rabiot rumors to Manchester United, Min-Jae rumors to Manchester United. The takeover has been still mixed news on that as always. On top of that, Manchester United beat Wolves as well to go joint third with Newcastle. So yeah, and we play next week. Who's the next game? It is Bournemouth away as well. And I'm sure there's plenty more you lot will say. I mean, plenty more questions you lot will have for me as well. And there'll probably be some form of breaking news. Big up to United for Life, who says yes, people. Big up everyone in the building. He goes on to say, I think McTominay will be sold this summer, and Rabiot is the replacement, even though he's not my favorite. But Rabiot is a higher upgrade on McTominay. He will be a good squad player. United representatives were in Turin last summer, and they made an agreement with him to come this summer on a free instead of paying 60 million last summer. Big up to Play Simple as well. Warrior J, like I said, large of all the regulars or the new people. Dortmund David as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. But yeah, I'll start there. Big up to Kaneki as well. You know what I'm saying? Big up Kaneki every single time. But I will start with the Rabiot news. So Rabiot on a free that broke yesterday, I believe. And big up to Play Simple before we continue. He just gifted 5 memberships. He gifted 5 memberships. He gave one to Noz, Kaneki, Peter G, Bambo, and Alama as well. So first and foremost, before we continue, big up to Play Simple. We just gifted 5. Yes, like United for Life said, legend. So if you're in the chat, Kaneki, I know you just said big up to him. Same for United for Life as well. And to anybody else who's in the chat, make sure you salute Play Simple, because that's not the first time he's done that. So big up to Play Simple, man, for gifting 5 Sarcasm City TV memberships. And if you want to join the membership, people, the link is in the pinned comment as well. And if you want to be generous enough to gift memberships like a Play Simple, feel free to do so as well. And it all helps, man. It all supports the channel, people. All supports the channel, so much appreciated, for real. But where was we at? And Imran said it here, how many squad players are we going to buy? And that's what it is with Rabiot. I am not against the Rabiot deal. And the reason why I'm not against the Rabiot deal under set circumstances. If it's Rabiot instead of Sabitzer, that's cool. I don't want it to be Rabiot and Sabitzer. But if it's Rabiot and not Sabitzer, or Sabitzer and not Rabiot, I'm cool, because they're good options to have. And you mentioned here, how many squad players are we going to buy? We need squad players in that area, because the current squad players we have are not good enough. McTominay is not good enough. Fred's not good enough. Sabitzer's not a permanent. So that leaves us with Casemiro and Eriksen. It leaves us with 2 central midfielders. And I particularly want 5. I've said this before. Casemiro, cool. We need an upgrade on Eriksen. We need a backup to Casemiro. And then Eriksen will be the backup to his upgrade. And then you need a 5th. If Rabiot is that 5th, I have no issues with that. Experienced, good player, comes off the bench. He's on a free, not going to be big money. I'm cool with that. So I have no issue, 0 issue with this deal, as long as it's not Rabiot and Sabitzer or just Rabiot. We still need improvements. I've said for the longest, we need 3 midfielders. We need 3. So if Rabiot is one of the 3 midfielders, I have no issue with that whatsoever. 0 issue with that. But it's not now about going to get the backup to Casemiro and the upgrade on Eriksen. So, for example, just using these names, say we bought Lavia and we bought De Jong, just using those 2 as examples. If we get De Jong, Lavia, and Rabiot, that's a great window in terms of the midfield position. Adding to Casemiro and Eriksen, that's a good 5 to have. So I have no issue with this, depending on what else we do. But it has to be Rabiot, and it can't just be Rabiot. It can't just be Rabiot. Yeah. We need starters, man. Yeah, and I'm with you, Imran, as well. I had a Bruno as well, another, but I was talking more the pivot players, the 6s and 8s. So that's what it is. But I have no issues with Rabiot. I know people were against it, but free player, he'll be on a free, like I said. Good player. He's on a free, experienced, talented. Why not? I'm saying, why not? If it don't work out, it's like, all right, we had him on a free. He's not going to be on big wages either. So I have no issue. I have no issues with this, depending on what else we do. Zero. I'm sure I get more questions on it as well, but that's pretty much my thoughts on the Rabiot deal as well. Grace says, I feel sorry for Lindelof, going to be 4th choice again. He's the perfect 3rd choice in my eyes. I disagree. You know what I'm saying? I do disagree. I don't think he's the perfect 3rd choice. I look at Lindelof how I look at Rabiot. Great 5th choice. Because Kim Min-Jae, that's another person mentioned in the title who we've been linked with strongly. And me and Eddie spoke about it on the Friday edition of ManDem United. So if you have Varane, Kim Min-Jae, and then you have Martinez, Shaw, and then Lindelof, again, that's a good 5. All of a sudden, our team looks so much better. We have a stronger first team and a stronger bench. If I centre back options on the bench are Shaw, Kim Min-Jae, Lindelof, I have no issue with that. And then you have Varane and Martinez in front of that. And then same with the midfield. If it is Eriksen, Alaviot, and a Rabiot on the bench, just using those as examples, all of a sudden we have strength in depth. How wide we have that. You got Rashford, you got Garnacho on the left, you've got Anthony, the return to Diallo on the right as well. That's a good 4. Add Sancho, who can play right. Add in a Palestri, who can play from the right. Bruno can play from the right. And this is why we also need to improve on the 10 as well. Because then you have Bruno, who can play in the 10, a new number 10. Sancho can play in the 10 as well. And then up top, we all know that we need 3 strikers. And then the goalkeeper. All of a sudden, see how much better the first team and the squad looks. And now we have a team that can actually go and compete for major honors. Not win, but compete. Obviously, that's in a perfect window, which probably won't happen. But these things are achievable. That's why if we don't do it, it's just even more frustrating. For real. It really is. But hey, over 40 of you lot in the building, and we're only at 18 likes. What are we doing, man? Let's bump up the likes. Let's get up to 30 likes. Please, let's get up to like check 1212. Let's get up to 30 likes. And we're only looking for 2 new subscribers. We're currently at 6,433. We're looking for 2 new subscribers, people. Just 2. And there's over 40 of you lot in the building. So hit the subscribe button. Yeah, Cobra, I hear that. I think it all depends on the budget. Ten Hag will have plans for every scenario. Big up to Daredevil as well. Big up Malcolm as always. Let's see what else you're saying. Big up Ed also. Daredevil says Rabiot is not a bad player / midfielder, but there's so many other quality midfielders that we can go for. I hear that. Ed says Lindelof has really shown that without Maguire next to him, he deserves to stay in this team. I wouldn't go that far, but I think he deserves to stay as a squad player. He should be 5. And he's not better than, to me, he's not better than a Kim Min-Jae. We know he's not better than Varane. So therefore, your 3rd choice for that right-sided centre-back role. Are you better than Martinez? No. Are you better fitted for that left-sided centre-back role than Luke Shaw? No, because you're not left-footed. That's just what it is, people. United got to raise the levels. Lindelof, who I think has been good this season. I'm not getting fooled by that. He's a good, what's it called? Yeah, by team I meant squad. All right, Fairs. Yeah, squad player. You should be number 5. Oh, is this breaking? Okay, breaking. Kim Min-Jae has decided to join Manchester United. It's now a matter of details. And that's from, is that Matatino? Who's that? You guys can see it on the screen, but I think it's Matatino Napoli. Fairs? You know what I'm saying? If it is, hey, props to Manchester United for getting this deal done, if that's the case. Big props. Because we all have our doubts. And if we was linked with Tyrone Mings, for instance, we'd all be up in arms, and rightfully so. So for Manchester United to get this deal done at the price, I'm all for it. Yeah, Emma, I'm with you. She said, wait, we getting deals done early. Somebody pinch me. Props to whoever's said, all right, let's go get Kim Min-Jae. Salute to whoever's been involved in that deal. Salute to Ten Hag to go and get a Kim Min-Jae at that price as well. I hope it is right. Yeah, RJ saying the same thing as well. Hopefully it is Kim Min, because that improves us so much. And it improves already a strong area. It makes it stronger. Now Varane has competition for places. If this is the case, people. This is a big if, by the way. Big indigo foxtrot, people. Big if. It's not been, we're not saying here at Sarcasm City TV has been done. No. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. But over the moon if the deal gets done. 110%. Yeah, Ed said it here. When United was at its peak, we always had 5 centre-backs, 07, 8, Rio Vidic, Wes, O'Shea, PK. With Johnny Evans in and around that time as well. But I get your overall point, Ed. I get your overall point. And yeah, United for life, who's saying this about Kim Min-Jae. But you lot continue to get your questions in. Anything on Kim Min-Jae for me, anything on Rabiot, anything in regards to the game against Wolves, which I thought was very good that I'm going to get into as well. Kaneki saying, my summer signings for United really are, and that depends on the owners, but it's Verbruggen, Dest, I can't pronounce. That guy's Moroccan, the guy after Dest, I'm guessing. Kim Min-Jae, Salisu, Theo, is that Theo Hernandez? I'm guessing. De Jong, Samer, the guy I can't pronounce his name, Awar, Rabiot, and Hodgland. Jack you out, man, Kaneki. You looking to get rid of everybody? Kim and Lissandro with Varane and Lindelof as backups. And you add in Luke Shaw to that. All of a sudden, our centre-back options look good. And bear in mind, our defense has been the strongest part of our team. So now we're adding to that as well, which is why I also like Ten Hag is not resting on his laurels and saying, oh, it's good enough. Like, no, let's go and further improve the area when the right player can be acquired. And I'm all for it, 110%. I'm all about improving. Let's move forward. What signings this could potentially be. And it just puts everyone on notice. I think it raises Varane's game. I think it could raise Martinez's game. It could raise Shaw's game. It could raise Lindelof's game and everyone else, even the fullbacks as well. I'm hoping we do go and get 2 new fullbacks, though. That's probably won't happen, but we need 2 new fullbacks. 110% we do. We need 2 new fullbacks. We need a right back and we need a left back. For real, for real. But hey, you lot, now over 50 of you lot in the building. Now over 50 of you lot in the building. And we're only at 24 likes. Get us up to 30 likes, people. Only asking for 6 more. Get us up to 30 likes. That's light, man. Light on a Monday. And I hope everyone's enjoying the first working day week as well. I hope so. Hope everybody is good. Hope everyone is good. Let's see what you lot are saying. Big up to Steve every single time. Says, sup, Flawless. You're getting an absolute monster of a centre-back. If you end up signing him, strong as hell, dominant in the air, good with the ball at his feet, tremendous. And Steve, I know you watch everything. So if I take even further on board what you say about players outside of the Premier League, because I know how much football that you watch. So if you're saying that, I'm pleased. Like, you're one of my go-to guys. So for people that don't know, Steve, like, when United get linked with a player, Steve is one of my go-to guys. Same way Jez is one of my go-to guys as well. And shout out to Murtaza because he's been going on about Kim Min-Jae for the longest. But if you want 3 midfielders plus a striker or 2 centre-backs and a goalkeeper, we have to prioritize. We can't get everything. Grace, we can get everything, though. We can get everything. If Manchester United wanted to sign 3 midfielders, 2 strikers, a centre-back, and a goalkeeper, we could. You just have to do them deals. You just have to scout correctly and scout well. That's what it is. But if Manchester United wanted to sign 8, 9 players, we could. Will the club do it? I disagree. I don't think they will. But if they wanted to, of course they could. Manchester, you have the funds to do that. Because not every player has to cost 100 million. You could easily do that. Look at this Kim Min-Jae deal for 45 M's. You can go and sign a goalkeeper for 60 M's. If you really wanted to. Rabiot's are free. They're saying Lavia is what? I'm just using him as an example. I think Lavia, they said 50 M's. Like, so what's that? That's what? 50 for. So call that 100 million. The goalkeeper's 160. Rabiot on a free. And you signed 4 players. Let's add another 40 million to a backup strike. I'm just using that as an example. That's 200 million right there. And bear in mind, that's excluding outgoings as well. So you could literally sign all. United could get all the players they want for 200, 250, 300 million. It don't have to be the players we're talking about. It don't have to be a De Jong. It don't have to be a Lavia. It don't have to be a Harry Kane. It don't have to be a Ivan Toney. It doesn't have to be a James Maddison. It don't have to be a Declan Rice. They're the players that we know that we're talking about. But there's other players out there you can go and get for cheap, 110%. That can, that can do the job required. Flawless, would you take Tielemans? I would take him next to Casemiro midfield. What do you think about that midfield pivot? I put Tielemans in the box of Rabiot and Sabitzer, whereas if he's here as a 5, cool. He should be 5th choice if he's here. And on a free, I'm not against it. But again, it's have to be Tielemans or Sabitzer or Rabiot. I don't want 2 of that 3 or all 3 of them. No, they need to be 5. They need to be 5. And see, Kaneki even said it here. Yeah, basically all those names are starters, bar Samaria, backup six, Salisu, a young centre back, and one of the strikers, and all of them cost them the 207. And this is the thing. So yeah, we're gonna talk the players we know and the more expensive ones, but there's cheaper players out there, 110%. Like Min-Jae, for instance. I didn't think that was a possibility. Lavia could be a really good backup for Casemiro. Could he? Time will tell if we sign him. If he comes there, there's already pressure on his shoulders. But why can't he be a backup? And the thing is, and the ManDem and the panelists pointed out to me yesterday, he's now a championship player. So therefore, you're now negotiating from a position of power with Southampton. Where's their bidding war? Yeah, but if you drop 40, 50 M's, they're going to sell. Because he's not going to want to be in the championship. The 110% he will want to sell. And with the money they're losing going down to the championship, that's even more incentive for Southampton to sell. Same way if Leicester get relegated, James Maddison. Same thing. Somebody mentioned Tillemans already. You got to look at these type of things. Why not go and get Lavia and James Maddison? How much would they cost? What? Maddison in the championship, what, 50 million? I would say. If Leicester get relegated, Southampton are already down. Lavia, what, 40? You're talking 90 million. And you've got two quality midfielders who've already been in the Premier League, have already proved they can perform to a high level in the Premier League. And neither of them are going to be like astronomical wages either. And both, I believe, can play in the first team. Lavia is back up to Casemiro. That's good. And big up to Cameron as well, who says, man, having Kim Min-Jae, Varane, Martinez, Lindelof, that'd be the deepest centre-back group we've had in a decade. Facts. Oh, shit, is my mic off? Oh, crap, you lot got to tell me. Yeah, it should be all right now. Big up, RJ. I had the camera mic. So if I was sounding funny, people, you lot know why. My mic's off, people. Just let me know in the chat anytime my mic's off. But big up, RJ. It should be all right now. Big up, Jacob, as well. Yeah. Obviously, just let me know, because I'll do that occasionally. So just let me know. And yeah, play simple. We got so much players to sell, and nobody will go for big money. But when you're coupling in, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe even 10, 11 players, you're going to make money. Of 10, 11 players, you can make over 100 million. If you got Henderson, Jones, Bailly, Maguire, Tellers, Brandon Williams, Axel, Scott McTominay, Alanga, Martial, throw Fred in that mix. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Wait. Let me do this. 1, 2, put a mouse over it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add Fred in there. That's an 11. You telling me we can't get 10 million for each of those players? All right, Phil Jones leaving on the free, but you don't understand my point. You can get 110 million out of that, and then reinvest that 110 million. You're asking for 10 million per player. Obviously, like I said, Phil Jones is going on the free, but then say you get 15 million for one and then 15 million for another player, that equals that up 110%. So I get what you're saying. Flawless, who do you see as the ideal DM for Manchester United? I like Lavia. I do like Lavia, but I also like Caicedo. But it's more so backup. But either one of those two is fine. Either one of those two, I'd be over the moon about 110%. I think it's more important to get the partner for Casemiro, like a De Jong. We need a press-resistant passer from deep. Need someone who's mobile, but can carry the ball, who's a ball carrier 100% and can pass from deep as well. Now, Kaneki, it's about 100 M's. You could get 10 million for each of those, 110%. You could. I think it's 100 million. But even if it's 90, it's 80, you can still reinvest that. That's a player. Let's see what else you lot saying. Get your questions in, people, as well. Play Simple says, has to put 10 first-team players up for sale this summer. Club is open to hearing offers for all the players. There's a lot of players who could go. Imagine United could actually go and scout young, unknown talents for 25 million or less. We'd be laughing. Here's the thing, though. People do blame Woodward because people say Caicedo. I think it was Alvarez. There's a couple other names that I'm forgetting. I'm sure the chat will let me know that said we scouted players, but we turned them down. So it seems the scouting network is doing the business. It was more Woodward or whoever else was signing off was saying no. But we'll see. But Kim Min-Jae, if it is true, it's a great start. It's a phenomenon. And it's early as well. We're in the middle of May. And we're already looking to sign Kim Min. We're already signing players, which is good. I like that. That goes to show, all right, despite who the owners are, the manager's like, yeah. I need, I want Kim Min-Jae. So I'm with it. I'm fully with it. 110%. See what else you lot are saying. What about Onana? Wait, where was that? Let me get to that. To Daredevil, what about Onana? Even he is quality. I'm with it. I'm guessing you're talking about the Everton Onana. I've spoken on him. So whether it's Onana, whether it's Lavia, whether it's Casado, whether it's someone else, Ten Hag, just go and get a backup DM to Casemiro. Go and sort that out. So when Casemiro's either not playing well, or he's injured, or he's suspended, we have a great option. We have a great option. Big up to Cameron. Ask me something. Where is it? Flawless. Do we bring back Ahmad or let him stay at Sunderland if they come up? My issue will be always if he stays, the style Sunderland going to play in the Prem ain't going to be how United want to play. Now, I'd bring him in. In an ideal world, I'd rather leave him there for him to get another full season of professional football under his belt, playing week in, week out, and also playing in the Premier League. But we're not in a position where we can afford to let him go back. He improves our squad. We don't have another right winger who's left-footed. So I would fully bring him back. I like Diallo when he was here initially, like when he played. A few games he played under Oli, I was like, and I remember he scored against AC Milan as well when we drew. I think it was in the quarterfinals when we drew 1-1 in the home game. So that's what I would say. Ashwin says, in my opinion, Bruno and Rashford should be moved on this summer. I wouldn't move them on, no. I think they can play a role. I think that's too harsh. I wouldn't move them on. Onana, the goalkeeper. You might be talking about Onana, the Inter Milan goalkeeper, or the Everton, or the Everton midfielder. How many players do you see United bringing them realistically? Probably about 5. I said this. Did I say that last summer? I think I said, what did I say last summer? I think I said 3 to 4. So I can see us having a very similar window in terms of numbers this summer. So realistically, I would say 5. So we ain't going to get everything I want. But centre back, I think, will be 1. I think we'll sign 2 midfielders minimum. I think we'll sign 2 strikers as well. Yeah, that's 5. Because when we sign a goalkeeper. Nah, scratch that 6. So I think we'll bring in a goalkeeper as well. The fact we've been linked with goalkeepers so heavily, I think we'll bring. So that's a goalkeeper, centre back, 2 midfielders, 2 strikers. Yeah, 6. We need more, but we'll see. Yeah, Connect. You don't know. 4 or 5 is what I said. Yeah, last summer. So yeah, this summer I'll say 6. Because I think Ten Hag has assessed the squad this summer, and the fact we're looking to do business this early is crazy. Yeah, United for life. You just literally said what I just said. Ten Hag was testing these players this season to find out who was good enough for his system and give every player a chance. Now he already knows what to do in the summer. We will see the biggest sale. I hope so. I hope it's more. Don't get me wrong, people. I hope it's more than 6. I hope it's like 9. Will it be 9? No. But I'm hoping so, despite the new ownership, whether it's the Glazers, whether it's Sheikh Jassim, or whether it's Jim Ratcliffe. We need new players. 110%. What goalkeeper do I want? None of the goalkeepers stand out in the Premier League. There's no goalkeeper I've seen in the Premier League or in Europe that I go, yes, get me him. But I just want to see a new goalkeeper. That's on Ten Hag and the scouting department to go and locate and find a goalkeeper that fits what we're trying to do. Yeah, Mike Mignon's been mentioned from AC Milan. Onana's been mentioned from Inter Milan. Cool. I've not watched either of them like that to say, yeah, go and get either of those 2. But I'm just at the point where I'm like, bring me a new goalkeeper. Bring me a goalkeeper that's a modern day goalkeeper that not only can shot stops, but can sweep a keep, can play out from the back. That's commanding, even if he's not the finished article. Kind of like the fullbacks. No fullbacks stand out to me, but I've said just bring me athletic fullbacks. Bring me pace and power fullbacks. I'd go get Balde from Barcelona. 110%. I seen him a couple when he played against us. I'm like, who's this? And he's what? I think he's 18, 19. Pace and power, good on the ball, seem good defensively. Why not? I would definitely go and get, and I want the same for the right back. Like I said, pace and power, be athletic. That's what I need down my flanks. That's what I need down the flanks. Hey, now over 70 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to only at 35 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. Let's get up to 50 likes, people. Let's get up to 50 likes. Have we had any new subscribers as well? Make sure as soon as you land, if you're watching the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. We're still at 6,433. I know there's at least 2 people who have not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. A whole load of you lot ain't liked because the likes is way off. So let's get up to 50 likes and hit the subscribe button as well. Continue to keep your questions rolling in. Just keep them Manchester United related as well. Manchester, did you hear Sabitzer out for the rest of the season? No, I didn't. I didn't hear this. What's the injury? Ain't it funny that the players we want got are the same players Ralph said should be sold as well? I hear you, Kaneki. We see Ralph was ahead of the curve on that. He was ahead of the curve. Coming over to the US to watch Manchester United play. Not this summer, no. I do want to get out stateside, though, because the tournament's going on over there. Obviously, Copa America's next year, and the World Cup is in 2026. So I want to get out there for at least one of them. Or at least one, ideally both. But I'll try. Obviously, there's work to do. The work don't, this work, as you lot know, work don't stop. I'm saying, when does football don't stop? This is a 365, 24/7, 24/7, 365 days a year sport. Like, it doesn't stop. Even when games ain't being played, it doesn't stop. Yeah, Starlord, man. Big up, Flawless. It's time to drive home. Drive safe. Yeah, Andrew. Obviously, if you've subscribed, I'm not talking to people who have subscribed. It's the new people who haven't subscribed. But big up to you, Andrew, every single time. Matthew says, Flawless, not sure if you've already answered as I've just got here. You reckon it'll be Rabiot and Sabitzer or just one of them? I'm hoping it's just one of them. If it's both of them, I'm unhappy about that. But one of them, cool. Smart business. Whether it's Sabitzer for 20 million or Rabiot on a free, it's smart business. Because then you still got money to spend, especially if it's Rabiot. Because you haven't spent any transfer fee on him. Oh, United Twitter saying Sabitzer's injured. Right, that's a shame, man. Fuck. How your channel isn't on 34K subs already is a mystery. Hey, we're going to get there, man. You lot just got to continue to support. Because there's one time, you know what I'm saying, we weren't even above 6K. Now look. Look at the growth this year. Hey, big up our context, Sarcasm City TV as well, every single time. Big up. It's a knee injury. That's a shit end to the season, man. You know what I'm saying? I've liked Sabitzer. He's had positive impact. I do like Sabitzer. Fuck's sake. So that sucks. That really sucks. Let's see what else you lot are saying. So much going on with United as always. Ten Hag is eyeing FC Europe youngster Taylor Booth as an alternative to Frankie de Jong, according to a Spanish outlet, and that's from the Manchester Evening News. Okay, I like that, because that shows again Ten Hag's assessing a problem area, has assessed the problem area and is trying to improve that. Warrior J says, Flawless, next Manchester United game is away. Are you going to be concerned if an inconsistent United comes out again? Always concerned about Manchester United in terms of performances, because our performances haven't been consistent like that. Defensively, more often than not, we've been good. I don't really have any issues with us defensively over the course of the season. It's just over at midfield and attack is where we fell away. And the away form as well hasn't been as bad as people have made out. Our away form against the top sides has been poor. That's what it is. Against the away side, it has been very poor. But we have the 5th best away record in the Premier League. So it's not all that bad. We beat all the teams, all the lower teams. It's just the teams slightly below us and the teams around us that we've failed to beat. But Bournemouth, who they're safe, so I'm expecting us to get the win. Get the win. Don't go into the final 2 games against Chelsea and Fulham having to win. Give yourself room for error. That's why it was so important that we beat Wolves on the weekend, which I'm going to get onto shortly. Because if we would have lost to if we would have lost to Wolves, then there's no or we would have drew, then there's no wiggle room. Then it's like you have to win. There's no margin for error. You still got margin for error. And hopefully today, obviously, Leicester do us a favor and beat Liverpool. Just because, one, who wants to see Liverpool win? No, nobody does. No Manchester United fan does. And 2, it also helps us in regards to the top 4 as well. And we're currently joint 3rd with Newcastle. And Brighton could definitely take points off of Brighton. I mean, Brighton definitely could take points off Newcastle. There's no guarantee that Newcastle beat Brighton on the weekend. And if we beat Bournemouth, which we should and we're capable of, then we go 3rd. United for Life says, I think Liverpool will drop points tonight. I don't think so. I hope you're right, but I don't see it. I don't see Leicester beating Liverpool or even drawing. I really don't. Hey, big up, man. Much appreciated, Andrew, who says, rate your channel so highly, Flawless. Appreciate it, man. Large up, man. Large up. Big up. Play Simple says Ten Hag has plans for the spine of the team. He's made a list of player profiles to strengthen the team next window. Goalkeeper, 2 central midfielders, 2 centre-backs, and a striker. Hope you're right. Hope you're right. But I don't think we need 2 centre-backs. But I do like this. Goalkeeper, definitely. Min-Jae as a centre-back is cool. 2 central midfielders is definitely needed. And we need more than... We need 2 strikers. Who have we got? He ain't got no strikers. Weghorst is only here alone, so his loan deal will end. He probably won't get signed permanently. Martial's not good enough and has not been fit. So we have 0 senior strikers. We need bare minimum 2 strikers. In an ideal world, 3. Even if one's like a youngster through the academy or like an 18-year-old we signed for like 10 million. Go and get the bodies. That's what it is. I agree with you, Dortmund, David. United will get top 4. I've been adamant about this, that Manchester United get top 4. I have no issues or no concerns about Manchester United getting top 4. No problem with that whatsoever. I really don't. We've had a good enough season and got good enough results to put ourselves into this position. United for life. Hey, we can dream. Kim Min-Jae and Martinez with Casemiro in front of them. What a spine. And Kim Min-Jae adds height as well, because we're not the tallest team. So he can help us defensively from set pieces. I'm not sure what he's like offensively. I'm not sure if he's got any goals. But hopefully he can add that to his game if he's good. I know he's good in the air from a defensive standpoint. I think he'll be fine in the Premier League. Pace and power, strong. I think he'll be fine. He's good on the ball. Be absolutely fine. Play Simple says Timber wants out. He's seeing his former teammates balling here. Where did you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Where did you hear that? If Martial stays, Andrew, he should be backup to the backup. Martial should be 3rd choice. He needs to be backup to the backup. So he should be senior striker, whoever that is, backup to the senior striker, then Martial. Oh, he only scored 2 goals in Napoli this season. All right, so he's not really a goal scorer like that. Hopefully that's something he can add to his game. Andrew says we need 2 fullbacks who can cross. We definitely need 2 new fullbacks. If one of them is Timber, cool, because I know he plays right back. So I'd be over the moon if we signed a right back. Because then that means that Dalot will be moved, well, not moved on, or Dalot goes down the pecking order. Or maybe he goes over and plays left back, because Dalot isn't good enough. He's good at everything, but he excels at nothing. And I like Dalot. I'm a fan. But being good is not good enough. Andrew says Rashford should be a backup too. Fairs. But then it's like you've got Garnacho over there as well. So if Rashford's not playing well, play Garnacho. I like Rashford. Rashford had a good season. He's had a very, very good season. Yeah, Ray, man, you got to be back up to the backup, man. Right, that's what it is. That's what I want for Rabiot. Back up to the backup. Lindelof the same. Back up to the backup. I'm saying you need that. Because you're not going to be playing in 4 competitions. You're going to be playing Premier League. You're going to be playing Champions League, FA Cup, and League Cup. So you're going to get game time. Because loss of form will happen. Injuries will happen and suspensions will happen. All 3 of those things will happen at some point during the season. So, and that's what you want if Manchester United are where they want to be. But I'm loving the start to this. 110%. Loving the start to this. Yeah, RJ, I did hear the Pogba news. That's sad, man. Man got on the pitch and got injured, man. Sad. Don't want to see talented players going out like that. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. You lot continue to get your questions in. Let's bump up the likes. We're at 43 likes. Girls up to 50 likes, people. Like, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Girls up to 50 likes, people. Let me see this as well. And subscribe as well. Yes, we've hit the subscriber mark. We're at 6,435. Okay. Salute to you lot. Next subscriber mark. 6,440. Looking for 5 more subscribers, people. And share this across the socials, because there's over 60 of you lot in the building. We want over 70 in here. So share this across the socials, man. Let's get some more people in the building watching. What else we at? United for Life says Timber is short though. We can't have 2 short centre backs. Kim will balance it because of the height and he's perfect in the air. I'm saying Timber for right back. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about him as a centre back. We pattern that centre back if we sign Kim Min-Jae. I'm like him as a right back. That's what I would say to that. Yeah, to Jacob. Yeah, Pogba got injured. He started the game against whoever for Juventus. I don't know who they were playing, and then he got injured. So sucks, man. If you want to go to the next level, then Bruno and Rashford are squad players, not starters. I disagree with the Rashford one. I agree with the Bruno one. I think Rashford's good enough to be a star. He has the attributes where I'm like, yeah, you're good enough. He just has to. If he has seasons like this, no issues with it. He's carried our attack this season. Goals, assists, and off the ball as well. You push defenses back because you can drop short and you can also spin him behind as well. He's also played central at times. So I have no issue with Rashford in the squad. Bruno, yes. But if we do improve on Rashford, cool. Flawless, since the season is close to an end, any favorite moments you had this season? Winning the Carabao Cup, definitely. Winning the Carabao Cup. Beating Manchester City in the manner in which we did. Love that. Like I legit sat down and watched the highlights. Beating Liverpool at Old Trafford because of the manner, because of the game. Because I believe we had lost. Liverpool was the third game of the season, right? Because we'd lost to Brighton and we'd lost to Brentford. So it was looking bleak. And if they had beat us, then that season could have nosedived. But that was kind of like a catalyst for us being defensively solid. So yeah, I would say winning the Carabao Cup, the game against Manchester City, winning that, and the game at home to Liverpool as well. Without goals and assists, Rashford is redundant. I won't go that far. I disagree. Because if he's running in behind, I don't think he is. Star-Lord, Barcelona game as well. The Barcelona, in particular, the second leg as well. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm back emotionally invested again. I believe in the manager. I believe in some of the players in this team. So it's like, all right, we can go out and get results. I've been talking for the first time ever with chest going into certain games. In particular, that Barcelona game. In particular, winning the Carabao Cup, even the FA Cup. Yes, we're bringing a knife to a gunfight, but we have a chance. We do have a chance. But yeah, Barcelona. And I did enjoy the away game at Barcelona as well. It was good to be in a big European tie that I'm invested in and the stakes is high. And it's like, yo, can we get through this? Obviously, it ended shit with because of Sevilla, but I still enjoyed it. I've not enjoyed a European game in the longest. That's what it used to be like when I was watching United in the Champions League, whether we won or whether we lost, I'd look forward to Champions League games. Like I'm looking forward to next season. Obviously, it's dependent on the transfer window. But this season, I've looked forward to games. Oh, did he Gal raid? Large up with Gal. Did he raid? Did he raid? Big up a Gal anyway for the raid if he did. Large up a Gal. Every single time. Salute. See what else you lot are saying. Continue to get questions in, people. Continue to get your questions in. Flawless, I think United can challenge for the Champions League because of how well Chelsea usually does. And I think you got a better squad than us. Plus 10 August taking Ajax to a semi-final. It's done multiple things, this. Obviously, who we sign in the window and the draw. That's what it is. You got a favorable draw, you can end up in a Champions League semi-final. Nobody expected Inter or AC to be in the Champions League semi-final. And the draw was kind to both of them. Look at Inter Milan. Who've they faced? They got, was it Porto, Benfica, AC Milan to get to a Champions League final? If someone gave Manchester United that next season, I'd be over the moon. Over the moon. Even AC Milan, all right, they got past Napoli, but they had Spurs and Inter to get to a Champions League final. Like, it's all about the draw. If either of those two on the other side of the draw, they go out. Either of those two sides are getting past City or getting past the Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. All right, let's call a spade a spade. So that's why I'm excited to be in the Champions League. One, because I just love that competition and grew up seeing Manchester United in it. Obviously, win it twice as well. But it's all on the draw. Obviously, as a United fan, if we get Real Madrid over 2 legs, if we get Bayern Munich over 2 legs, if we get Man City over 2 legs, long day. Long day. Well, if you get a favorable draw, like we've seen Chelsea do in the past, and salute to Chelsea because they took full advantage of it. Salute to Inter Milan, they're taking full advantage of it. That could be us. And then you end up in a semi-final or a final, and then it's like, all right, how do it is? Like, have we not been in a semi-final in Champions League for the longest? What is it, 2011? Last time we was in the final was what? 2011? All right, last time in the semi-final, what? 2011? 2013? No, because we went out in 2013. So talking over 10 years. I just want to be involved in the competition and be excited about it again. Not like when we've been in the past. I was excited when we was in it last year. I was just like, we also runs. Not even dark horses. Fucking also runs. Oh, he move. Let's see what else. How come you don't rate Bruno? I think he's one of your better players this season. Love the content. Hey, big up. How come I don't rate Bruno? Because he doesn't excel at anything on the football. That's why I hate y'all. Actually, on the football, as an attacking midfielder, he excels at nothing. And when I say he excels at nothing, On a scale of 0 to 10, what is he? 8 out of 10 or better at on the ball. All his best attributes are off the ball. That's why. And to say he's been one of our better players this season, cool. That's why we're fighting for top 4, because Bruno's one of our better players. And if we sign a central midfielder of quality who's an upgrade on Eriksen, he'd then be our worst midfielder. I said it for the longest. Manchester United will win nothing if Bruno's our best midfielder. All of a sudden, we get a better midfielder than Bruno, which in Casemiro, and we start winning things. But Casemiro's been better this season. Martinez has been better this season. Varane's been better this season. Rashford's been better this season. They're even top 4 players for us. And all of a sudden, we look better. So that's why. He's just not that good. Yeah, we put in a quality performance. We put in a quality performance against Spurs. That was very, very good. Big up Mertaza in the cut as well. Ray says Rashford just needs the consistency. He's been consistent. He's fell off a little bit now, but overall he's been consistent. If we beat Bournemouth, I'm changing my ringtone to the Champions League song. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. Manchester United are way off to challenge for the Champions League. At best, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup are realistic, with top 4 maybe. Depends on the window. Currently, yes. As constructed right now, Manchester United are way off challenging for the Champions League. However, if we have a good window and sign Min-Jae and more players of that quality in different positions, then you can be a dark horse. I'm saying be, I don't know, 6th, 7th favorite. Because if you're 6th, 7th favorite for that competition and you get on the favorable side of the draw, keep using Inter Milan as an example. Was it who did they play? They beat Benfica. Who did they beat? Benfica. Wait, it was Porto. Was it Porto? Porto, Benfica, AC Milan. That was their run. Let me know who they played in the round of 16, people. Let me know who they played. Yeah, it was Porto. I was right, Dortmund. So they played Porto, Benfica, AC Milan to get to a Champions. Give me that next season, and I'm fully convinced we're in a Champions League final. If Manchester United get that draw, 110%. And I think that's most top team. You give that to City. If you give that to Arsenal, if you give that to Newcastle, would fancy their chances with that. 110%. If you give that to a Real Madrid, if you give that to a PSG, a Bayern Munich, all about the draw, people. All about the draw. Obviously, sometimes you'll have to just run through all the top teams, which in 99 Manchester United did, but in 08, not as much. I think pot 2 Warrior J, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. No, I'm not sure how it works with the coefficients. That's fair. I think he's looked like a better footballer this season than other years when his GNA was higher, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, he's been better this season. I give him that. But is he good enough long term? No, he's not. He's just not. Like, go get another number 10 to challenge him. That's where I'm at with him. Why is this thing not working? What's going on? Let me see what's going on with the likes. How many likes are we on, people? Still over 50 of you like in the building. Continue to share this across the socials. We're at 49 likes. Girls up. One more like, people. One more like. If we had any new subscribers, let me refresh this as well. What's going on? Why this laptop moving slow? So my laptop moving slow. See what we doing. Big up RSV says, I'll give Bruno one more season, more specifically the big games away from home next season. If he plays consistently well in those games, then I think he'll be fine with Bruno. I've been done with him. Obviously, if he improves next season, cool, but he ain't gonna get no better, man. Now, this is just his level. This is his level. He's not gonna significantly improve and make a wild difference. Yeah, Dortmund, of course. Yeah, Dortmund. Oh yeah, if you get half of the draw without Bayern Munich, without Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and City, there's a chance, and that could happen because you've seen it happen. Yeah, right. Someone always gets a good draw every year. Somebody, whether they mess it up or not, somebody always gets a favorable draw and goes further than expected, or should go further than expected. And this year is looking like Inter Milan. No one got to tell me Inter Milan are the top 2 teams in Europe, top 5, and even top 10. Because I don't rate Inter Milan, but there's a very, very good chance they could be in the Champions League final. Very good chance. And you're 90 minutes away from the competition. Do I think they win it? No, but understand my point. Just to be in the Champions League. A lot of people ain't seen that. A lot of people ain't seen their teams in Champions League finals. I've only seen their teams in Champions League final once. I've seen Manchester United lose Champions League finals, win Champions League finals, but it's about it. It's about being in the Champions League final. Is nobody looking forward to Garnacho's breakout season next season? I thought his breakout season was this season. Well, yeah, very promising. And I'll get onto that as well in regards to Garnacho. Again, people was all criticizing Ten Hag substitutions last week. But again, he got it right with his subs. I'm saying another time one of his subs goes on and scores. Like I've stated before, Manchester United have... Our substitutes have scored the most goals in the Premier League, which means Ten Hag's getting more of his attacking subs right than wrong. So that's why I have to prop him up. Is sometimes you're going to get it wrong. Absolutely. But that's every single manager. But in regards to the Wolves game, professional display. Very pleased with that. We needed to bounce back after the 2 defeats, and we did that. Professional display, limited them. I don't think Wolves had a shot on target. The only criticism I can have is that we didn't score more, but we created enough. Anthony had 2 very good chances. The one from the edge of the box where he should have played Martial, the free header. Sancho had a great chance as well. That's 3 clear-cut chances off the top of my head, which is good. And we scored 2 goals on top of that. But defensively good again. Lindelof, Shaw, solid. Varane, it was good to see Varane back as well. Varane getting minutes is very, very important for the FA Cup final, 110%. Wan-Bissaka has been solid pretty much the entire season since the World Cup. Midfield, I thought was solid. Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. But in particular, Bruno, I thought Bruno was very good. He was the brightest out of the 3. I thought he was very good. Casemiro and Eriksen, solid. Anthony, I think I'd probably give man of the match to. Every time he got the ball, it looked like something was going to happen. He was cutting in. He was going down the outside. He was creating. He was getting on the end of chances. Should have scored, to be honest. Definitely should have scored. Should have scored and should have had an assist, but had another assist. So he should have had 2. He should have had 3 G&A in this game. So Anthony, and I've been seeing improvements from him as well. What else can I say? Yeah, Sancho was okay. He was just okay. Like I said, Bruno was good and Martial was solid. But overall, I think it was just a good team performance. The team overall was good. That's what I would say about that. It wasn't there wasn't anybody I think who played 8, 9, 10 out of 10. But I don't think anybody was lower than a 5. I think everyone was between like 5 and 7.5. If you really want to give Anthony an 8, cool. But yeah, we limited Wolves. They were toothless up top though. They were absolutely toothless up top. Let's see what's going on. Had another new subscriber. Hey, 4 more subscribers, and we've gone over 50 likes as well. Let's see what's... What is the best number 8 in the market you would want to have flawless? We need at least like 2 for squad depth. I want to see proper quality 10 high brand of football next season. What 8? No, 8 really stand out to me, to be honest. I can only think of like 6s, but I suppose Lavia falls under that. Casado can do that role as well. So either one of those 2. I want to back up to Casemiro, and we need to upgrade on Eriksen. Lavia and Casado ain't Eriksen profiles. We need someone there who's press resistant, who's a ball carrier, and can play passes from deep. Because Casemiro can do the defensive work. We need someone who's offensive in that area. You pick up the ball, press it, whip it around the corner. I'm saying we need a deep lying playmaker. You can also, like I said, ball carrier. De Jong fits the bill. Like not him, but his profile. That's what it is. So I watched De Jong and I was like, wow, you better than... I understand the hype around you. Like, I get it. That's what it is. I'm not really trying to see McAllister. I'm not. I think McAllister's good, but that's it. Good isn't good enough. If we're talking about first choice for Manchester United, I'm not really trying to see a Casemiro, McAllister pivot. I'm not with it. And I think McAllister's good, don't get me wrong, but nah. Only Wolves player you would said that did good is Ben. Yeah, the goalkeeper played well. Man is saying Barella at Inter. Fairs. I've not watched Barella like that. I hear this, Emma. She says, I don't really care about the number of goals this season because we've been creating a lot and therefore we're probably going to be scoring much more next season. I like the fact that we're creating more. We do need to see more from our attackers, but I think we'll have improvements in those areas. Ideally, like legit, all the positions we're talking about that need improvement or help. We're talking about a central midfielder next to Casemiro. That helps. We're talking about potentially 2 new fullbacks. That helps. A number 10, that helps. A striker, that helps. Those 5 players all help. They all help. Matthew says, I think you can't go wrong with Tielemans on a free. As long as, like I was saying this before, Matthew, as long as it's Tielemans or Rabiot or Sabitzer. It can't be 2 of those 3 or all 3. If it's one of those 3 and they're back up to the backup, cool. Yes, RSV says, do you really think we need a deep line playmaker if we're going to utilize an advanced playmaker in a 4-2-3-1? Yes. 110%, because I've seen the impact that Eriksen's had this season. That's why Eriksen, for a long period of time, I don't know if it's still the fact now, he had our most assists. He was playing in a deeper role and he had our most assists. And being creative from that area helps passes going forward. I use the Arsenal game as an example all the time. Look at 2 of those 3 goals. He played 2 beautiful passes into Bruno. And then Bruno did his thing, and then we ended up scoring 2 more goals. But if you don't, that's Eriksen's quality on the ball. If you just get a DM, you don't see them passes, and then you don't score them 2 goals. You can never have enough creativity on the pitch. So why not have a deep line playmaker at 10, 2 wide players, a striker, and 2 fullbacks? Everybody should be creating by your centre-backs. And then even your centre-backs play progressive passing. And then even your goalkeepers, they should be playing passes through the lines to help. So everybody's a creator. Your goalkeeper is, your 2 centre-backs are, your full-backs are for obvious reasons. Both your DMs are, your 10 is, your 2 wide players and your striker. Everybody got to create. Everybody got to create. Yeah, Ray said it there. You need more than one creator and someone reliable to get the ball to, 100%. Play the ball through the lines. Everybody's creating. So yes, go get an upgrade on Eriksen and have an upgrade on Eriksen and Eriksen. That's cool. That works for me. I like that. Where we at? Let's see what you lot are saying. Get your final few questions in before we close out, people. Don't forget, we're live on the Twitch for the Leicester City versus Liverpool game. That'll be 8 p.m. UK time. So I'll start 15 minutes before kickoff. That's on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. And we're back here at midnight for the Premier League show, doing the most. And then we're live back on the Twitch at 2 a.m. for the Courtside Commentary Podcast. Return of the Courtside Commentary Podcast. We'll be previewing both the Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals. So obviously the Nuggets versus the Lakers and the Celtics versus the Heat. Do you think that Ten Hag has is Ten Hag past the young now and we won't be having a sequel of the saga, or do you think he'll try again? Because of how long it went on for last season, last window, I should say, I think we'll see it again. Do I want to see it again? No. If you don't want to be at Manchester United, cool. Stay at Barcelona. And that's my thought process on it. And that's to every player, not just the young. If Manchester United go in for a player and he doesn't want to be at Manchester United, cool. Stay where you're at. Move on. Where Manchester United, it's a privilege to play here. Even though we might not be in the best predicament and in the best footballing status currently right now, if you don't want to be here, cool. Stay at Barcelona. Same way if we went in for Mbappe and Mbappe was like, I don't want to be at Manchester United. We don't have to beg players. Players will come. We can sign other players. There's other midfielders outside of the young, but I can see it being longer than the Dragon Ball Z saga. It's the Namek saga all over again. It's Goku fighting Frieza. Longest part of my childhood ever. 110%. Longest part of my childhood. Dorman David says, what are your aims for Manchester United for next season? Like, what's a good season for them next season? Depends on the window. Depends on the window. If we have a good to great window, then it's challenge for the Premier League, quarterfinals of the Champions League, win the FA Cup or League Cup. That's what it is. If we don't have a good window and it's this squad, more of the same. Top 4's our ceiling. Try and win a domestic cup. Get out of the group stages of the Champions League. But we're not doing anything if that's the case. 150 million budget. Who you buying flawless for United? Everyone I stated, I just buy cheaper. I'd go sign a goalkeeper. I'd go sign two new fullbacks. Kim Min-Jae will throw in the centre back. I'd go and sign 3 midfielders. I'd go sign a striker and I'd go sign a new number 10. So I'd sign all that. So that's goalkeeper, fullbacks, centre back. That's 4. 3 midfielders is 7. 8 is a 10. 9. Actually, 2 strikers, 10. So I'd still go and sign 10 players. Make it work. Make it work. No, there isn't Battle of the North. These men are going on about it in the group chat, actually. We're trying to pattern Battle of the North, so I'm not sure when it will be. I'm not sure. Keep an eye out, though. Keep an eye out. What do you think happens with Sancho? Because I don't see him getting in over Rashford, Ahmad, Garnacho, or Anthony. If he don't, then he'll eventually get sold. Because I hear you. I don't see him getting in ahead of Rashford or Garnacho on the left. I don't see him getting in over Anthony and Diallo on the right. So it's either become number 10 or force your way into the team by your performances being that good. And I don't see that happening. I want to be wrong, but I think it's the end of the road for Sancho. And when I say that, I'm not saying I'd actively try and sell him, but if a good offer came in for him, I'd move him on. We got 50 million for him. I'd move 50, 60 million. I'd move him on. 100%. Games passed him by. I talk about it all the time when I say, yo, it's an athlete's game. Football in the modern day era is an athlete's game. When you're an attacker, it's all about pace and power. It's pace and power. There's exceptions to the rules, yes. But the exceptions to the rules are some of the best players we've seen in the positions ever. We're talking to Harry Kane. We're talking to Mahrez. Everyone else in the Premier League, whether it's centre forwards, whether it's right wingers, whether it's left wingers, all have that in common. They're all pace and power. All of them are pace and power. They have other attributes, of course. They have a technique and mental attributes and all that thing. But you have to have pace and power in today's game. Simple as that. And Sancho doesn't. And this is why you see even the goal that Garnacho took. I didn't even speak on that. The way he took that goal was incredible. But if you're not electric, you don't get that chance. That chance was created because he has the pace. Don't get me wrong. The way he took the goal, fire. Stone cold finish. Absolutely. Composed, everything. Quality finish. But Rashford gets on the end of that. Anthony gets on the end of that. Garnacho does. Sancho don't. That's what it is. Harry Kane don't. That's why I don't want Harry Kane. This is one of my biggest gripes with Harry Kane. Forget mentality. I forget like him not being a difference maker at Spurs. Is the lack of pace and power. Don't bring me non-athletic, slow strikers or attacking players. I want pace and power in my team. That's what's needed. It's athletes' game, people. And people don't like that. That's why you see João Felix struggle. That's why João Felix has got 3 goals in, 16 matches. João Felix is super talented. Just as a footballer. Super talented, João Felix. But he just know what's it called? He just... It's not it, people. Just not it, man. Matthew says, I do think it's great about Kim Min-Jae if true that it's basically done, but I just never see United work this way and so quick in the transfer market. Matthew, you have your reservations. I have my reservations too. So I get it. I fully get why you have your reservations. Fully get why you have your reservations. As do I. I don't. Manchester United moving quickly, efficiently in the transfer window. And before the season's done, it's the middle of May. And we're doing deals for a player the caliber of Kim Min-Jae. Not only a player we need that's at the right age, but at the right price as well. Yeah, I don't believe it. When I see him holding up the shirt, that's when I then talk about it. Like, I get gassed about it. But I like the idea. I do like the idea. Final few questions in, people. Final few questions in before we close out the show. We're at 54 likes. Big up to Play Simple again for gifting out 5 memberships. So make sure you thank Play Simple for that as well. I think those players you mentioned rely on their technical ability and aren't necessarily clever with movement. Who do you mean, Ray? Oh, Felix and Sancho you're talking about. So let me see this. I think those players you mentioned rely on their technical ability. Yeah. Like, I think they're clever with their movement. Like, I think Sancho and Felix are like, but they're just is what it is. I can't pronounce your name. Says not every player can be P&P. We need tech. Why can't you have both? This is what I don't like about this. I've had this not with you, but I've had this conversation before. Why can't you have pace and power and technical ability? Why can't you be both? Why I want both, so why can't we get both? There's players out there that provide both. Why does it have to be one or the other? I don't want one or the other. I want both. I see both. Why can't we go get both? Please explain to me why that's impossible. Why we can't have the best of both worlds. To Warrior J, who says, flawless question, would you be doing a preseason watch-along during the summer? Nah, I won't do preseason watch-alongs. You'll still get all the regular shows, so you'll still get ManDem United. I still do 4 of these a week, so you still get Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, all the crossover shows. You'll still get the regular schedule all the way throughout the summer. You just won't get watch-alongs because there's no Premier League, no Champs, Europa, FA Cup, or League Cup. But I do some international stuff on the Twitch. So like Nations League, maybe Gold Cup, the Euro qualifiers, etc. Would I take Kovacic? No. Injury prone. I wouldn't take. I rate Kovacic, even though I think this season he's been shocking. But he's too injury prone. I'm done with injury prone players. But is Sancho really that slow? He kept up with Rashford at times. Here the thing is, Emma, he's not slow. Sancho, don't get mistaken. Sancho is not slow. He's just not electric. He's not electric. There's a difference. He's not explosive. He's quick. Like Sancho can shift 110%. He's not slow. Which players have both? Watch football and you'll figure out which players have both. I'm saying, what do you mean which players have both? So there's no players out there that have both pace and power and technique. Is this what you're telling me in the world of football? Is this it? Leicester versus Liverpool. Yes, Leicester versus Liverpool watch along on the Twitch, RJ. Yes. I think Felix is more likely to work than Sancho, no bias, because he's got that pace and he looked like our best attacker since he joined us, but it's not hard. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Felix is better than Sancho, but I just use João Felix as the example because he's the perfect example for what I'm talking about. João Felix is quality. If we just list off his attributes and compare him to play, he's better than most players, João Felix. Just attributes. We just list it and it's like 1 to 10, what's João Felix? He's going to be 7, 8 out of 10 or more on most things. But he's gone to Chelsea and struggled. Why? Yeah, Chelsea is struggling, but there's a reason for that. João Felix, and I had these reservations when he was linked to Manchester United. It's me on ManDem United talking about it. Like, yes, I would take João Felix, but I have my reservations because of the lack of pace and power. And we're seeing it. He's got 3 goals in 17 matches. He's not a 3 goals in 17 matches player, but we've seen that. Like, there's a reason he looks like that. Because it's just the modern day game. Pace and power sometimes doesn't work like Adama, Traore, Modric, Antonio, or many others. Yes, because you have to have skill United for life. That's why I said it's not just pace and power. I said it's a necessity, but you need to have other attributes to go with it. The problem is Adama, Traore, Modric, Antonio don't have the other skills to go with it. But you need it because there's no players that are successful at the highest level without it. And like I said, outside of Mahrez. Mahrez is the only one. We're not classing Kane because Spurs have won nothing. So Spurs have not been successful. So name the players, people. Tell me the players who at the highest level right now, whether it's Premier League, whether it's Europe, who lack pace and power and excel at the highest level. Mahrez, who's one of the best right wingers we've ever seen in the Premier League. He's probably top 10, maybe top 5. Like outside of Mahrez. Like I said, he's one of the best ever. Like if people want to say Kane, cool, one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the Premier League. I'll get why people don't like when I say this when it's just the facts of the matter. That's not an opinion. This is why João Felix struggles. This is why Sancho struggles. This is why the vast majority of Chelsea attackers struggle because they don't have it. Yeah, they don't have other attributes, but they also lack that. There's a reason Raheem Sterling's the highest goal scorer. For all the criticism he receives, there's a reason he scores more goals than everybody else there. And he don't take pens. Then you not just get 2 at the weekend, scored their only goal in the Champions League knockout stages as well. The one against Dortmund I'm talking about. Yeah, Tazo, I did talk on Sabitzer. I did. Someone mentioned it. I'll get to it as well. I mean, your opinion, players you would take. Center forward, Ivan Toney. We don't need any wingers. But I'll take Ivan Toney. I think that when there's a proper system and when he's behind the striker, I think he works. You could maybe put him in the 10. Well, you lot played him in the 10, but I hear your point. That's where you could get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? That's where you could, I mean, that's where pace and power is less important. And then even then you got the pressing and stuff like that. But I hear you, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying, HR. He goes on to say Mahrez can get away with not being quick because he's an elite technician and brilliant goal scorer. Exactly. But how many Mahrez level players are there? Like I said, he's one of the best wingers we've ever seen. Like he's top 10 in the Premier League era. He's top 10. Where you rate him in the top 10 is a whole different conversation, but he's top 10, arguably top 5. I'd have to sit down and think about it, but he's arguably top 5. He's there with your Beckhams and Youngbergs and Robbins and Cristiano Ronaldo were throwing the mix as well because he was a right winger for us. Like he's up there. You're talking, he's in like a league company. If Garnacho does get the number 7 shirt, do you think he'll be able to handle it? As since Ronaldo, I can't think of anyone who's been a good number 7 for us. Don't give him the numbers. Don't give him the number 7. He's not even a first teamer for us yet. Don't give him the number 7 shirt. Nah. Do not give him the number 7 shirt. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. Nah. No, in the slide. Like, that's a bad move to give someone who's not even in the first team the number 7 share. It just heaps, and you touched on it here, unnecessary pressure on him. Very unnecessary. Let's see. What's this? Sheikh Jassim's father, I can't pronounce his name, says he owns Mayborn Hotel Group. Avram was pictured walking out of the building in Mayfair and entering a Mercedes before driving away. All right, big up Taza. All right, we'll see what's what. I'm guessing that's today. Yeah, Hazard was in a slightly different era, though. But again, Hazard, one of the best wingers we've ever seen in the Premier League. He's one of the best left wingers ever. So if you're not one of the best ever, you're struggling. Look at City's team. Look at their players. Yes, Grealish is coming to his form now. But beforehand, Grealish wasn't look how he was looking. Everyone else in their attacking positions is pace and power. Haaland, pace and power. I'm saying Bernardo Silva, not so much pace and power, but pace. Foden, pace. Like, you have to be able to move and be mobile. De Bruyne, pace and power. People don't talk about it because he's so good at striking a ball and crossing, but De Bruyne is pace and power. Big up Lewis for the raid as well. Yeah. Big up Taj on the TMZ. Man said entering a Mercedes before driving away, you know. Big up my guy Lewis for the raid. Continue to get. I was going to close out, but since Lewis was raided, I'll stay on for like 10, 15 more minutes. Big up Lewis every single time and that. Raid gang. I seen him, his title talking about Arsenal eyeing up Mason Mount. That's jokes. Make sure you go check out Shameless FC and go say big up to Cam as well, because Cam was going through it, man. This Arsenal title race has destroyed him. Cam was going through it. We literally listened to him go through the 5 stages of grief on that actual stream. 5 stages. What was it? Like denial, acceptance, I'm saying bargaining, depression. Like, we literally heard him go through all 5. We the big on my guy Cam though. The Arsenal United show on there is gonna be jokes on Thursday. Yeah, man. Hold tight, Cam. He's in a rough place. He really is, man. You can hold that as an Arsenal fan, but he's good. Hey, bump up the likes though, you lot. Bump up the likes. Currently only at 66 likes. So let's bump up the likes. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are indeed new. Subscribe. How many subscribers are on? 6,437. We're looking for 3 more before we close out. Get your questions in. Keep them Manchester United related as well. But I've spoken on this pace and power thing, and I will continue to speak about it. And it's why one of the main reasons I don't want Harry Kane. He's a world-class player. He'll get goals and assists. What does the team win? We watched him do this at Spurs for years. Get goals, get assists, be quality. But then when it matters for them in FA Cups, League Cups, the Conference League, Europa Leagues, he's fell short. Why do I want him at Manchester United? We're not a finished article. We're really not. But yeah, Tatazu who says, did you talk on Sabitzer? Yeah, apparently he's out for the season with his loan spell. Has he done enough to justify getting bought by United? To me, yes. But if we don't get him, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe we haven't signed Sabitzer. Should be back up to the backup. I was saying this earlier before you got him, Tazo. It needs to be Sabitzer or Rabiot. It can't be both. Man mentioned Tillemans in the chat as well. I put Tillemans in that same bracket. So it's Sabitzer, it's Rabiot, it's Tillemans. One of those 3 as backup to the backup. They should be 5th choice. Like I've said before, Casemiro, backup to Casemiro, upgrade on Eriksen, and then one of the players I just mentioned. One of the 3. Well, it's a shame that he did that. OG Turbo Jesus says, Cam, this is out smoke, so I have no sympathy. Yeah, man, make sure you're here for Thursday, people. You know what I'm saying? And that. Make sure you're here for Thursday. Arsenal quit after the 2nd goal, pathetic. Just make that show's going to be fire. Yeah, first, I hear you. I'd rather get Rabiot for free. He's better suited than the 8 role than him. I hear you, Taz. I'm not even cool. You know what I'm saying? Rabiot on the free, I'm with. I get that. I know it's unpopular opinion, but I'm with it. Unless Sancho can play in the 10 role, which I know he can, I think his days at United are numbered. I agree with you, Matthew. Unless he steps up into that 10 role, I think they're numbered. You got Rashford, you got Garnacho, you got Anthony, Diallo coming back. You said it before. Where does he play? Which is good, because then we might see the bet is make or break. It's make or break. Hey, play simple. Big up, man. Just big up Flawless heading back to work. Till next time, famo. Salute to you. Again, big up Play Simple because he gifted out 5 memberships before. Gifted out 5 memberships. And if you want to join the membership, link is in the pinned comment, people. Link is in the pinned comment. What's your main criticism of Ten Hag, if you have any? Main criticism of Ten Hag? His approach to the big games away from home. That's what I would say. His approach to the big. I don't like that approach. In particular, the Liverpool game. And I was saying this before that game on the previews. I'm like, the way we played against Manchester City at home is the exact same way we should have set up away at Anfield. That's my biggest issue. You can't go away to Anfield or away to an Etihad and set up like it's just a normal away game. Stink up the gym. People have accused us of like parking the bus. I have no issue with that away from home. Right. I have no issues with that whatsoever. So I've seen Sir Alex Ferguson do it. Be a spoiler, play a Fred. I'm saying I have no issue. When I was going back and forth with people before the Arsenal game and they were saying, oh, Fred should be playing ahead of Eriksen, I said play them both. Play them both. I'm saying give up the ball, just win the midfield battle. Or not even win the midfield battle. Be a spoiler in there. I've seen Sir Alex Ferguson do this for years, go to Anfield, and he played Phil Neville in midfield, or he played John O'Shea in midfield, or he played Park Ji-sung in midfield. That's where I'm at with it. That's what he needs to learn from. But it's his first season. But yes, that's my main criticism of Ten Hag. And I hope next season he learns from that. Don't go to City and play 4-2-3-1. I'm saying play 3 midfielders, shift Bruno out wide right, and if you have to drop Anthony or Diallo, cool. And have Bruno be inside. Play spoilers. Get through the game and then try and nick it late. Try and nick it in the last 20 minutes. I've seen Sir Alex Ferguson do this for years. He did it at home against Arsenal. Give them the ball, play spoilers, kick them up in the air, and then, you know what I'm saying, get goals on the break. That's the way to go. Don't go there and be open. That's why we got packed. Like, not just that, but that's part of the reason we got packed. And then that's why when people are like, oh, Eriksen is such a liability in the midfield and that. You see what happened at Liverpool. Eriksen didn't play. If Eriksen was playing, he would have took the majority of the blame for that. Need to do that. So go play play spoilers. And he did it against Barcelona because he played Bruno wide right. And I think he played Weghorst in the 10. And I can't remember who it was. So the only criticism you have is the away games, huh? Yeah, because our home form's been pretty much, no pun intended, flawless. Our home form has been incredible. Minus the opening day against Brighton. We drew, which it's your opening game. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure shit out. We drew against Newcastle. That's it. We beat everyone. We beat Manchester City there. We beat Arsenal we beat Manchester City at Old Trafford. We beat Arsenal at Old Trafford. We beat Liverpool at Old Trafford. We beat Spurs at Old Trafford. We beat everybody. We drew to Newcastle, like I mentioned. We'll beat Chelsea. Like, the home form's been incredible. He's made Old Trafford a fortress. How can I have criticism of him away from home? I mean, at home, when he's done. We have the second, I think it's the second best. I'm going to double check it in a sec. One sec. Let me have a look. But I know we was joint second at one point, and with Arsenal losing, we might be second clear now. I think it's only Manchester City. Yeah, only Brighton did the double over us, yeah? All right, hold up. Let me check this. Literally just pulling this up on the over laptop now as I speak. Here we go. I know we're third, second. Let's see. Oh shit, no, we're actually fourth. So we're fourth, having played a game less. So we currently have picked up 42 points from home. Arsenal have picked up 42 points. Liverpool have picked up 43 points. Manchester City 49 points. But we played a game less than all those. So if we beat Chelsea and Fulham, then yeah, if we beat Chelsea and Fulham, we'll have the second best home form in the league. No issues with that. The away form's the issue, where we're fifth. Brighton, Newcastle shouldn't have better away records than us. That shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't be fifth. We've lost 8 games on the road. Not good enough. Lost 8. Need to turn that around. That's what's cost us this season. That's why we're in the top 4 battle, because the home form has been very good. Literally second. I think we will finish with the second best home record. Whereas away from home, Yeah, because we only got one away game. The best we can do is 5th. We only got one away game left. Was it one away game? Yeah. 19. We only got one of which is Bournemouth. So we can't catch Brighton, of currently 4 points ahead of us, and they have a game in hand anyway. So we can't catch. The very best we can do is, the very best we can do is 5th. And Fulham, they actually ironically have the 6th best away record. They can catch us, and Aston Villa can finish above us as well. So we could finish 7th if we lose to Bournemouth and Fulham and Villa get one more win on the road, or Fulham just get a draw on the road and Villa get one more win. We legit could finish 7th in the away form table. That's where the issue lies. That's the problem. Now, Peter G, this is just I was talking Premier League away from talking about Europa League. But yeah, home form's been great. Yeah, everything did go wrong. That went wrong, 100%. Diallo scored a crazy curler that he did. That was cold by him. Cold. There's rumors United could offer McTominay as part of a deal for Declan Rice as part of a 120 million deal, sourced the Mirror. All right, we'll see. Yeah, I'm saying the Mirror and all the newspapers over here, they're going to have a field day. They're always reporting stuff. Did you see the retro merch that got dropped today? I got to admit some of it looks good, but I can't give Glazers any money. No, I didn't actually. I didn't. Let's see. Have you not even... Let's see what's the likes on. My laptop again moving slow. Continue to get your final few questions in before I close out. We are at 70 likes, people. Make sure whether you're watching live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video as well. I've mentioned I spoke on Rabiot, Min-Jae, ownership, the Wolves game. What else? Answered questions from you lot. Trying to think, is there anything? I think that's legit it. Yeah, United for life. We're going to get linked with everybody. Says United been linked to over 100 players. Almost half of the players in Europe. I won't take anything serious until I see a player holding the shirt. I do have my favorites, but it's out of my control. Facts. That's how I look at it. 110%. Yeah, Taza was saying that apparently Kim Min-Jae's agreed to sign, which I know you're over the moon about in particular, because you've been talking about Kim Min-Jae literally from like the start of the season. You were talking about Kim Min-Jae. 100%. Well, yeah, I think that's it. We're going to close out here, people. Hope you lot have enjoyed the show. Don't forget, you get ManDem United's Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, all 4:30 p.m. So the Monday edition is just me. The Tuesday edition is with my guy, ADRIEN. Thursday edition, again, is a solo one. And then Friday with my brother from the West Coast, Eddie, as well. I will be bringing special guests on, though, in particular over the summer as well. I will be bringing special guests back onto ManDem United as well. Big up to you, Taza, everything. Every single time. Do you like Onana? I like the athleticism. I'd go sign him. Whether Everton get relegated or not, I would go and sign Onana. I'm a big fan. Back up to Casemiro. Wouldn't cost a lot. Young. Like you mentioned, the athleticism, pace and power. He's also technically very good. He helps you defensively and offensively from set pieces as well. I'd definitely go and get him. I think he'd be cheap. I think you could get him for 30 M's. In particular, if Everton get relegated as well. And that's how I'm looking at him. That's how I look at Maddison also. Like, why not? Why not? Big up to Flawless. Go and watch Man Sports Who Should Be Jokes. Oh, yeah, you already know. Shout out to Rants. Shout out to X. You know, them man are having a field day. Having an absolute field day. But yeah, these men are trying to pattern the, what's it called? Show. So you probably get Battle of the North tomorrow. They're staying like 10:15, but keep an eye out, people. No Battle of the North today. I'm literally just looking at the group chat right now, saying 10:15 tomorrow. Let me just tell them, yeah, it's on Daps. That's what it is. I'm about to say, yeah. So no Battle of the North today, but people, like I stated, you will get the Leicester City versus Liverpool watch along on the Twitch. That'll be 7:45 p.m., 15 minutes before kickoff. Then we're back here at midnight for doing the most, the Premier League show. And then we're back on the Twitch at 2 a.m. UK time for the Courtside Commentary podcast. So that's the basketball podcast. We'll be talking NBA finals. So NBA Western Conference and Eastern Conference previews, obviously recapping the semifinals as well. But yeah, man, big up to you lot. You lot are real ones, man. Big up to my guy Lewis for the raid. Big up to Play Simple for gifting the memberships as well. Let me see if anyone's live to raid. If not, I'll just send you lot to doing the most. Just hit the like button. But I hope to see all you lot on the Twitch as well, man. I really do. And yeah, man, we're hoping Leicester turn up and beat them. 110%. Do I see it happening? Nah. Liverpool won't beat them. Liverpool going Go and put them to the sword. Leicester are really, 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 really not good. Really not good. And then if they get relegated, we can go get Maddison. You know what I'm saying? We can go get Maddison. 100%. All right. Yeah, I'll just send you up to the Premier League show. Doing the most. But love to everyone that's locked in. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.